So I was just thinking, because I'm driving on the road and it's not raining at all, we should be calling it driving, right? That's perfectly fine. Totally okay. But then, when it starts to rain, we should definitely call it Wetving. And I'll be in Scotland afore ye. It's a sign! Arr, what does the bitey pirate wear? He wears his eyebrows like this. And I mean by eyebrows, I mean sunglasses. You know, we have sunglasses, but do we ever have daughter glasses? This is the question we must ask. Hey, if I wear these sunglasses, can you see what I'm seeing in the reflection of my sunglasses? Whoa, man. And now we come up to navigate the roundabouts. Where, you ask? Roundabouts here. Whee! Woo! So here in Australia right now, the seasons are changing. And I always thought it was weird that when you're like, you're making something, you're making some food, you're making some sort of delicious something, I'm not even sure what, but when you put salt and pepper and stuff on it, it's called seasoning, right? Because you season it. So it's like the salt is winter, of course, because it's like little bits of snow, salty winter. And then, of course, you have autumn, or fall. In America, you call it fall. Or, like in Scotland, they call it autumn because you autumn call it that. I find that it's actually easier to do a Scottish accent when you haven't breathed properly. Breathed. Then, you've got autumn, which is like the oregano, little leaves falling down. That's nice. Like autumn. But then, what is pepper? Is pepper like summer because it's hot? Oh my god, summer is like chili flakes and pepper. The seasons are just coming together. Let's recap here, because I've forgotten how many seasons there are. We've got winter, which is salt, autumn, which is oregano, summer, which is chili flakes and pepper, and then you've got the other one. Spring! That's right, it's nearly spring. So what could you put on your food that is like spring, but is also a season? I have no idea. Spring onions? Yeah, spring onions. That seems like a bit of a cop-out. What about, like, what other seasonings are there? You've got salt and pepper, oregano, paprika. Maybe spring is like paprika because of the way you say it. Because, paprika. You just roll the R's. And you roll the R's in spring as well. That's like they do. I don't know. Am I Irish? Or am I Scottish? I don't know. So there you are, seasoning. Not what you thought. I thought that you thought that I think that you think. You know how you have seasons? Can you ever have seas-offs? That's when you let go. Seas-offs. If you move your arms like this, it feels like you're running at an incredible speed. I can't do it with both hands because we'll crash and die, and that'll make for a good use. Anyway, lovely weather. Did I mention that spring is like spring onions? Paprika. The paprika is coming quickly today. Not sure what to do with my arms. Have you ever noticed that if you're like talking to somebody in the car and you're on the highway, everyone's talking really loud because it's really loud because the car is loud because you're going down the highway at 110 miles. That's like 12 miles an hour. But then when you get to like the low area, everybody calms down and you're like, oh, we're driving through the village. It's so calming here now. Such a nice little drive. And then when you get back onto the highway, everybody, like, the energy goes back up into the conversation because everyone has to speak really loud so that they can hear what the other person is saying. It is quite a strange thing. And then if you wind down the windows, all hope of communication is lost. That's nice. Also, I've noticed, like, when you're driving down the street and sometimes you see some people and they're talking. They're clearly on the phone, on the speakerphone or something, or they're singing along to the radio, and you look at them in the other cars and you think, haha, that person's crazy. Why would they be talking to themselves in the car? I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to you! What item of clothing does the countryside like to wear? The landscape. That's bad. Do you ever get that feeling that when you're driving down the highway, you're not actually moving, but the earth is like slowly rotating underneath you? No? So, you know the Flintstones, they used to have these cars with wheels that were made out of like solid rock, which, you know, yes, it causes some problems. But they used to be able to like speed the car up with their feet. Have you ever pushed a car? Oh my gosh, they must have really strong calf muscles and ankles and feet. The Flintstones, so unrealistic. But when I was a kid, me and my sisters used to play this game. It was called Hey Cow. Of course, you could do it with anything. But you lean out the window and you yell into the oncoming wind as you travel down the highway on the country roads in Australia and New South Wales. And you would get points to how many cows would turn around. Now, of course, because we were going quite fast, sometimes it was a bit tricky to be able to count the cows. Or the sheep, or the trees. Didn't win many games with the trees. They don't move much. It's a great pastime for any long trip. Unless, of course, you're in a city, and then there's no cows. So people don't appreciate it. You could just yell out, "Hey, human," and see how many people turn around. The word horse and sauce don't rhyme because you guys say sauce. 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 There's no or. Sauce. Sauce and horse. Horse and sauce. But imagine if we said horse, like maybe some people do. Horse. My voice is feeling a little horse. Stop doing that to that horse. Some foul behaviour. Let's do the outro in a Scottish accent. Thank you so much for breathing. Be kind, be curious, and stay awesome. Is that how do you say the word awesome in a Scottish accent? Because it just sounds American. Awesome. Awesome. Or I see it's more awesome. Awesome. Maybe. Awesome. I have an itchy nose, I'm gonna scratch it good. If you have a song that you sing when you scratch your nose, let me know in the comments.